exciting game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I cut it short. Welcome to another episode of Above Average Black Men. Yours truly, Chris Bender Sr.
Devin Pender here just to remind you to like, follow, subscribe, share, and comment.
Chris Jr. back online again this week, but still the same. We here to inspire, empower, and uplift the community. Excited for today's episode. It's definitely in our lane. We grew up sports fans, basketball players to be specific about myself here, and also Devin and my dad. So like definitely excited to kind of talk about the game and specifically a brand of basketball that I am just excited about. I can't wait to purchase my own. I had an opportunity to kind of get a feel for it myself, but yeah, I don't know if you wanted to kind of step up and introduce our guests here.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I don't usually get hyped about guests, because it's usually it's kind of like, okay, most of our guests kind of fall into a category, but I am hyped about this one because this one is really unique, man, because, this thing right here is amazing, man, the basketball. I think you get so used to being an athlete, pursuing certain things, you never think about the other side. I didn't think in my wildest dreams I would ever meet somebody who makes a basketball, has his own brand of basketball. So we have Mr. Tari Wright with us today. Amazing young man. I met him down at an event down at the Black History Museum, and we kind of clicked right away. I think we talked for like 30 minutes, just talking about the different things in life, man. And so, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man. And your brand is Not Right Brand. I love the name. So you got to explain to people about your logo because, we, as you were talking before, this question mark just totally confuses me because every time I see it, I think I need to turn the ball around.
Well, real quick, let's start off with like your background. Where you're from, where you got the idea of creating a basketball.
You just overrode my question, man.
I mean, we got to get a background to know the person first.
You got real specific talk about the question mark.
You can ask either one of those. Go ahead.
All right, so let me introduce myself. My name is Tari Wright. I'm the owner of Not Right Brand LLC. I am a Philadelphia native. I actually grew up in the Northeast section of Philadelphia. I went to Lincoln High School. Had my ups and downs throughout the life in Philadelphia as well. Eventually ended up dropping out of high school as well because I didn't like to go to class. I was one of the kids that was a knucklehead, didn't like to listen at all. And I ended up dropping out. And I just felt like it was too much for me. So I decided like I had to get myself together. There was only two things that I'm gonna end up either locked up or in jail. Locked up or dead. So I didn't want to fall bad. And it was just something had to click because the path I was doing a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't be doing out in the streets. People think like we live in Northeast. Northeast know what's going on. A lot of stuff goes on everywhere, but people just don't know.
That's a fact.
So unfortunately, I was able to pretty much get it back on the right path. My mom was like, all right, you either have to get it together or you out this house. So I was like, all right, I got to get back on track. So I ended up going back to school, that community, still didn't get it right. Still was not trying to pursue everything I wanted to do. Just trying to get my head on straight. I was trying to follow the right path. So my story, just like I said, stick to your path no matter what everybody say to you. Because I had a bunch of teachers saying that, oh, you're going to be a failure, you're going to be this, you're going to be that. You're not even trying to do better for yourself. Only way you're stupid, you're retarded. I heard everything in the book. So this is what Not Right kind of ties into. So I started, all right, let me just own it. All right, y'all think I'm retarded? Y'all think I'm this? Let me just own my flaws. I ain't going to shy away from it. I know I'm doing wrong, and I got to figure out how I'm going to go on this right path. So me figuring out, I ended up graduating my bachelor's degree in business administration with a concentration in entrepreneurship, and I'm currently working on 2 master's degrees right now at Rider University. So the company Not Right Brand was based off my daughter, who's autistic, and I'm a basketball family. Like my brother played basketball, I played. We love the game of basketball. I just wasn't fortunate to be good enough to make it, but I always still played. So I always wanted to do something different because I've always wanted to start my business since I was like 12. But it was just something I had in my eyes, and so I was something.
So was it just a business, or was it specifically like I want to do something with basketball or sports?
First, it wasn't with sports in general. It was just like I just wanted to do something. My idea was just to have something of my own. That's all I always wanted.
Mhm.
I feel as though I didn't want to work for nobody anymore. I'm still working towards that now. I always wanted to be self-employed, so I always had a hustle. So, but my thing is, I grew out here doing something with basketball because I'm thinking like nobody's ever doing it. Like all we know is like Wilson and Spalding, and honestly, we're downly white, and they make 100% profit off our people. So. And I never even see these guys like show up to like local games, even AU tournaments, high school games. I don't even know what the executives look like. And I'm just thinking, why can we create something like that for our people? And not right means to own who you are. So my daughter's autistic, so she loves the game of basketball. She used to get bullied for being autistic. So I used to tell her that just because you're different, you see things different, doesn't mean you're different from everybody else. So just because they say you're autistic, you can't play basketball. Yes, you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. So sort of just own up to yourself and be the best version of yourself that you can be. Because I've been in your shoes before. People told me that I couldn't do things, and I did it. So I even had people tell me my basketball was going to fail because it's not Wilson or Spalding or like want to buy a black-owned basketball. Who the hell's going to buy a basketball with a question mark on it? So I heard like everything in the book. So I just use that as motivation, just stuff to it. Because a lot of things I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit my business plenty of times. I just had no confidence in myself just from hearing all the negativity. So there was plenty of times I just gave up. And to the point that I just used my daughter as a strength. Like if she kept pushing, she didn't let nobody stop her. She's still playing basketball to this day, no matter what anybody says. So I was like, all right, let me base this in. So that's what not right comes into. So now the last name's good. Now it's a whole family of generations show that no matter what you've been throughout life, there's always a plan for you. So there's a blueprint out there for everyone. So not right means to own up to you and stick to that plan. And the reason why the reason why there's inverted question marks to show people that not right is right. It doesn't have to look right to be perfect. And that was my goal to show people that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like the first time I seen the basketball and I got a chance to get my hands on it, like I don't understand how people could hate on that. You know, like growing up, I played with all types of basketball, like you said, we know Wilson, Spalding, Waller. They selling it for 60, $80. Like, and sometimes the product even is not up to what you think it should be or what it should or what you would want out of a basketball. But I think just because they have that name recognition, people just like automatically flock to it, you know. But like again, like when I had an opportunity to play around a little bit with the basketball that you got, it's just such a great product. I think that's where it's like our opportunity to really grow and be successful is like for really people that hoop,
Yeah,
get their hands on that, like they are going to be like, wow, like this is where it's at. Like again, I really think you got something great, man. And testament to you just being able to stick with it, even despite people saying, "Oh, nobody's going to buy a black on basketball." I can guarantee you, they're not even basketball players that are saying that to you. You know,
but
so it's like again, like kudos to you on doing that, man. And yeah, I could hear you about to say something.
because to me, I think that's how you know you have a good idea when folks don't understand it. I think if you come up with something that everybody understands, it's not that good because everybody can see it. You know, when you come up with a product that some people are going to question, because that creates the conversation. You know, that gives you a chance to sell the product. So I love it, and I love the fact that you kept. I can say my thing now. You kept pushing the stone. You know, you didn't let folks deter you or push you to the side, and I think that's what entrepreneurship is all about. But I really want to get back to the question mark. You know, how do you what's behind the question mark? You know, you just kind of sit there and say I'm gonna do an upside down question mark. I mean, that's a brilliant branding thing.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually, really straight today. I decided to do an upside down question mark because, like I said, it shows that it's not right. So it shows that it's different from everybody else. It's something that's outside the box. So it kind of attracts people out because, like I said, it brings the question to it. Like, all right, why does he have a upside down question mark? Then I explain what my brain's really about, and people are like, oh, it makes sense. So it's to show that not right is right, no matter what type of differences you have. Like I said, my daughter has a disability. Some people might be going through other challenges throughout life. So it just shows you don't have to be perfect to be right.
But I love the slogan. That's the T-shirt right there.
Right.
It is.
Yeah, you got the hoodie on right there, like the good everything on it, man. So my question for you is like, all right, why a basketball? You know, like what made you think like, all right, I'm gonna make a basketball? Was it something where like again, I know you're a basketball fan. Was it like you got tired of kind of the quality basketball that you were getting, or did somebody like you heard somebody else complaining about it? So what kind of took you down that lane to start with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was really based on like the pricing of the basketball. So I'm like, so Wilson got like they got the evolution ball. It's probably like $80-$90. So I'm like,
No reason.
no reason. So basketballs they get lost like nothing. So you go to the put your basketball down, it's gone. You already know. Or somebody else, or wherever you in the gym too, no matter where you at. So and I always think like we go through millions of basketballs probably a year, and parents and families that are not fortunate enough to afford a good quality basketball. So you don't want to get a basketball, and it's all got the little bump in it. You know how people say the little the little bumper, bouncing high, bouncing all over the place. So I just thought about it. I was like, I just said to myself, like, wait, why don't I try to create something like that that's great quality, more durable, but affordable for people? So so why can't we just tackle that market? Because pretty much I just saw it was an open market. Because people think you need a top line state of the art basketball at the price. No, you don't. Why don't you build something that's quality and affordable and that's durable?
Yeah.
That's what we find. And that's what I did. I even had like overseas players tested, college coaches tested, and they loved it. It's like I like this better than the Wilson ball. And it's more durable. I had somebody that had it for over a year and a half and it still feels like it's brand new. So
Yeah, it definitely has a good grip on it. Like
right.
it really looks official. Like I like it a lot.
When I picked this ball up, this ball said "shoot me." Seriously, when I was
That's
like,
what you
yo,
want,
my hand just felt like, because I was that dude where, you come off the pick, and you get off the pick and you got like a split second to catch it and shoot it,
Right.
So I did it by feel. I wasn't the guy that looked at the ball, had to rotate the ball. I caught it, quick flip, I'm ready to go because I got to see the whole floor. Because I'm 15 now. The game is played 15 feet further than I played, but I was 15 and then. So when you 15 and then, it's crowded. So you don't have all that time to be out there trying to figure it out. So when you first threw me the ball, I was like, yo, I can shoot this thing right now. I was like, yo, where's the court at?
Something that he said too is like kind of how when you buy a ball that's quote unquote inexpensive or not that doesn't cost that much, it isn't at that price point of like $80. That generally it's like I hate to say it, they're trash basketballs a lot of times. Like you try to catch it, you jamming your fingers. It's like super rubbery. You like getting warts and stuff on your hands from the basketball. So could you like walk us through the process of like what it was like to actually develop this product, like the trials and errors that you may have had to kind of get it to the quality that you have right now?
Honestly, I hated it. I'll be honest. 100%.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
I hated this process because I hated how much money I spent on trying to perfect this quality, man. Like, so that was another reason why I wanted to quit my business too, because I just felt as though I was never going to get the quality that I wanted to be. Because when you make a product, you want to know what you buy yourself. You just don't want to sell it just to make money. It's not about that. You want to know if it's going to be great to the consumer as well. And so I know if I'm going to buy it off the shelf, I want to know if it's going to last long, be durable. It's going to be like, this is my basketball. Especially if I paid a lot of money for it, I want it to be durable. I want it to break or bust in like a week. Where you going to the gym, playing in the gym or whatever, and you pass it to your friend. He's like, what kind of basketball is this?
We're not playing with this. They roll it back.
The side's like, get this man out here with this.
Cause see,
so yeah, but in that process, man, it took me a while to perfect that. Actually, like a bunch of tests, I actually had to go through official testing. I failed the test probably plenty of times to try to make the official requirements of the basketball, so you can get the right size, the right bounce height, the right rate of the ball. All that matters within the basketball. So you got to meet those requirements when you use it professionally. So it was just tough. It was definitely tough, man. Even to find the right manufacturer to make it, man. I went through plenty of manufacturers that they didn't provide the quality I needed, and I just felt like I was at a stuck point. So I was like, man, might not be it for me. And maybe I just gotta look at something else. But I decided to say, hey, just keep pushing. I get this out there. I want to make a difference. I want to change the game. And this is the way to do it in a different way. And show kids that just because you didn't make it to the where you wanted to be, there's other ways to contribute to the game as always.
Well,
that's why I wanted to show these kids, like, and don't give up. Just like say, you got your blueprint. Just stick to that blueprint. I don't care what nobody says. Family, friends, whoever, person down the street, your neighbor, stick to your plan. It might look crazy to them at first, but once you stick to it in the long run, it's all going to come out. It's going to be perfect.
Well, what does the game of basketball mean to you?
Oh man, I love that question. I love it, man. I love the game, man. Like ever since I was younger, man. From watching, I know I'm a little on the younger side, but yeah, watching Michael Jordan and Kobe, T-Mac, AI, especially AI too. I think AI T-Mac was like my two favorites. So I used to love watching AI T-Mac, but like I said, I call like the end of Jordan a little bit, but yeah, man, I just loved it. I just loved playing it. It was to me, it was like therapy. It's like a getaway, especially with all the stuff I was going through. It was just like a getaway for me. So I used to cut school to play basketball. So,
Man, I feel like I'm definitely such a fan of what you do, though, man, and kind of what you just said about showing a way to kind of stay with the game even if you aren't playing it. You know, that kind of almost embodies what the show is about. You know, that there's other lanes and opportunities out there than what people probably see that's in the limelight. You know, like definitely, I think there's plenty of opportunity around the game of basketball versus just kind of being in between the lines. And definitely, again, kind of on like thinking like, man, it's kids out here playing with this. I would say the tool, the rock every day. You know. But you automatically assume like, oh, it got to be Wilson or Spalding. So, kind of, where do you envision yourself kind of taking this brand? Is this going to be basketballs? Like, are you trying to high school, college?
I'm trying to do everywhere. So definitely doing high schools, AAU programs. Definitely from the collegiate level, I want to be in all colleges, HBCUs, all of it. And hopefully, the ultimate goal, of course, is getting to the NBA. I know that's a long shot, but hey, you never know. It can happen. I'm not giving up on it, but yeah, that's what I see. I definitely want to get the basketball in more stores so people actually get more access to it, like at a Walmart, Target, Dick's Sporting Goods, even a local sporting goods store, so they all can have access to get the basketball set just through my website. Because sometimes I might not have some on my website, so that they have other lanes to go actually purchase the basketball and get it. So that's why my goal is to open up more lanes for it. And my brand in general, just to be a household name, definitely, just be on it. Not even trying to, because I'm not even going to downplay like the Nikes and like I said, I just want that seat at the table. And I think I can have that seat at the table, and I think I deserve that seat at the table because I put the work in just as much as they did. They just had more resources than I do, but it's all right. I'm gonna get there, and I ain't gonna let nobody stop me.
Well, I think for me, it's three things. One, as a shooter, when you walk into the gym, you know, it's important when somebody say, "Let me see your ball," you give them a real rock. You know, you can't throw them garbage, man, because you probably won't get it any game. It's like I think, you know, second of all, to me, just and Chris talked about it. I think it's so important that you were able to take your passion for the game and still turn it into something and not just give up because you couldn't play basketball. You know, there's so many people with a passion, man, and they just give up on it because it doesn't work out or look like exactly what everybody else thinks it should look like. And that's what it is. You did something that nobody else could see. You know, if you were in the 12th grade and you told somebody what you just said, they probably think you were on drugs or something. Yeah. But the fact that you were able to take your passion and come to the realization that I may not be able to play, but I can impact the game this way. You know, that's pretty cool.
And another thing, because I remember I had individuals telling me, you need to change your logo. Like, they told I need to change my whole logo. So I was like, man, I kind of stuck with me a little bit. I was like, I had second guessed myself, like maybe.
Well, let's talk about that. Not to cut you off. Why? Did they tell you why?
No, they just said it doesn't look right. They said, I don't think it will look right on the basketball or look right on closed period. As a brand, I think you should just get rid of the question mark or get rid of your logo in general. Well, I don't know why. I don't know if it was like some towards the ill will towards it. I have no idea, but I just took it to heart. I'm like, man, maybe I do need to change it because maybe it was.
I'll apologize if it was somebody close to you, but it kind of goes with not Wright brand. When I hear not Wright brand, it's supposed to be different. It's not supposed to fit into a norm. That's just me.
But people are scared of different. Just like your favorite athletes, entertainers, like I said, everybody calls somebody crazy. Like Prince was crazy, Michael Jackson was crazy. It's different. They was different than ordinary people, so they had a different mindset. So people look at it as like, that's strange or what they're doing. Why are they doing things like that? It's not that they're strange. They see things in a different way. They have a different aspects in the way how they view things, and that's what they want. They wanted to create their own lane. Like, there's nothing wrong, and that's what kids need to know today. Like, there's nothing wrong with creating your own lane. There's nothing wrong with doing something that's uncomfortable to others. There's nothing wrong with it. Because in the day, they probably had the idea, but they didn't know how to construct it, and you did. So it might form a sense of jealousy. Don't worry, just keep moving, keep pushing. So that's why I tell them, like, hey, you got an idea, just stick to it, man. Don't worry about it. It's one of all. It might sound crazy. Now, it might even sound crazy to yourself right now. Once you get it all together, put all the pieces together, I promise you, it'll come out perfect. Come out as a beautiful product.
So my question next is kind of with your basketball, like where currently, are people actually utilizing them? I already know the answer, but I kind of want to just talk about, where people are actually kind of playing with these basketballs and how you got to that.
Okay, so
isn't this where we get the scoop at when you show the ball? No, I'm just teasing.
Let me. It's like a crock pot. Yeah, cook it up slow. But yeah, my first person that actually took a chance on me was Urban Youth Kings of Queens. Actually, a mutual friend that me and Chris know, Dwayne, the owner. Hanif, he gave me a chance to actually use my basketball for the Winter League because he liked it and he just wanted to support a black-owned business. Now I was a little nervous. I was like, man, you sure? I'm like, you want to give me a shot? I was like, yeah. See how they like it. They don't like it. I'm the commissioner. Wherever I say it goes anyway. So I was like, I respect that. So yeah, they used it and they loved it. And I was fortunate enough to get into a couple of charter schools. They used it at New Foundation Charter Schools up in Northeast Philly. I had Maritime Academy Charter School that's down in like the Allegheny area, so they use my basketball there too. I have Mastery Charter in South Philly. They use my basketball there too. And I got another charter school that's about to use it in North Philly Alliance Proprietors Charter School as well. They're about to use it in grass.
Are they using it in practice or are they using it in the game?
Using it in practice right now. Hopefully, we're trying to bring it to the game level. Hopefully, next season, that's the goal. Definitely next season.
That's still pretty big, though. Like, hearing that it's in all these different schools and, you had some tournaments. Now, is that the goal for, like, the next couple years? Are you trying to get more into basketball tournaments and having them use that ball as the main equipment?
Yeah, I'm trying to get how to use the ball as the main equipment, but the old school district in Philadelphia and beyond that. So we're talking about colleges, high schools, outside of Philly, across the nation. That's my goal. So that's why I want. That's why I see it. I see it. I wanted the people to say, "Oh, man, that's a black-owned company using that made a basketball." That just brings the idea to other kids. Like, "Oh, I didn't never think of that," or "Why can't we? Nobody ever thought about even doing something like this?" And that's what I want to do. Just show kids that you have to follow everybody's path. You can be different. It's okay to be different. So that's my goal. And I just got a big announcement because I just got my basketball. I'm actually showing you into the YMCA of North Philly, the Columbia North Block.
That's huge.
Got their logo on there too.
Got the logo on the basketball. So
can you tell them what that Y is? The neighborhood is in?
Yes, it's in North Philadelphia, Columbia North Y, right down the street from Temple University.
That's right.
That's tremendous, man. That's major. Like that's a big network to be able to introduce your basketball to. There's of course other Ys and other community centers that you could eventually hopefully get that into, man. So congratulations.
And I'm trying to get them in, the King tournament. They have the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. King's going to be here. Chris Broussard, all those guys, Brian Dawkins, James Brown is supposed to come. All those guys are going to be here. So, Chris, hopefully we can try to get them to use the ball at the tournament. That's my goal.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm all for it.
That's my goal. So, yeah.
We have the local rec centers everywhere, man. Power League, so many. I see so much opportunity for this basketball. And I just want to be seen everywhere. And hopefully people see on TV one day. So
what I see with the basketball is, for me, it would be great to not only use the basketball, but have you come talk to kids before the game or something. That's your ball.
absolutely,
I think that would be like amazing to have this guy come out and say, "Yo, I can't imagine how to make you feel to see him jump with your ball up either." That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
listen, when the first school when they started playing with it, oh man, like it was like I actually wanted to shed a tear, man, because I never saw myself coming this far, man. And it was all joking. So like really playing a real game with the basketball, I was like, wow, man, I'm actually really in the school.
That's good. What were some of the reactions from, I would say, the kids when you saw them kind of playing with the basketball? Like,
It was funny because I actually spoke to the kids first. So me, the AD, he's like, "You speak to kids." He didn't even tell them like who was behind the brand, so it was kind of like a surprise. So it was kind of how he set it up like that. So they actually saw me. They was all shocked, like, "What?"
what's a black man?
So and then they just loved it. They just went crazy, and like I said, they always like compliment me on the basketball. Like it's so comfortable, like the feel for it. The grip is crazy. The bounce is great. It feels great, and when you release the basketball, when you dribble it, it's like it's not sloppy, it's not slippery. They was giving me a bunch of feedback, and I was kind of overwhelmed with it because I didn't know how to take it. So, because at this point, I'm still like shocked. It's like it's still shocking me. So now I was just like, man, this is really happening. It was like surreal for me.
That's because all the work that you've been putting in, probably all the negative stuff you've been hearing, and like the times where you felt the product wasn't good enough, and you have kids, which probably are like, I would say, the number one people using it right now, like because AAU basketball tournaments is blowing up, like for them to kind of buy into it and then see somebody that looks like them presenting this, man, that speaks volumes, man. So also know, like, what was the process of you kind of, I guess, getting approved to actually be utilized in the schools? Because I'm sure there's like a requirement for kind of the PIAA, other kind of, I guess, commissions like that.
Yeah, it's a tough process, but yeah, it has to go to official lab testing as well to get approved. So you gotta make sure the color's right, the size is right, the range is right, the bounce height is right. There's so many requirements we got to meet, and fortunate enough to actually get the basketball testing approved for it. So, so that was a tough process too because I failed a couple of times on that too. So to get everything specifically under their requirements, but like I said, you gotta keep pushing, man. You gotta keep pushing.
Now, do you think that was the toughest part? Do you think that was like the toughest part creating the basketball, or do you think there was like another part that had to be the hardest?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'll probably say making sure the quality was good was the hardest. Definitely making sure the quality was good because like I said, I didn't want to go into like I said an institution that looks stupid. So say if I went to say you had a rec center or something, and it's like, hey, you try my ball, let me know if you like it. Next thing you know, they're playing with it and it falls apart. That's a scary moment. So now you out there looking crazy. So you tell the people that you're the first black one coming here, or you made this basketball and it's real good, and it's like cool and it fell apart. And there's all types of defects with it, and now you gotta own up to that. And now it makes it kind of hard because you never know, somebody might spread it to another person. Because unfortunately, with a black-owned business, one bad rep takes it close 1,000 miles. So it's like, unfortunately, so and it shouldn't be like that. But that's just how the world is today. So I can only imagine if, like, unfortunately that happened, and I'm like, my brain's probably over before it started. So, like I said, that was my goal. I was like, I didn't want to put it out there yet, so I know like it's ready.
Is this an indoor-outdoor ball? Or strictly indoor?
I ain't working on the outdoor one.
All right.
I tried to use this one outdoor, and it did not work out too well.
Why not though? How come you didn't want to do outdoor?
Why not? Reason why? Because you know the difference between indoor and outdoor balls. So it felt like bouncing on the concrete. It started to weather way more. So like the feel for it started to lose feeling faster than what doing the indoor court. So, but either way, it's still durable.
Yeah.
It's still durable. Like either way, it's still like the basketball is always going to be durable no matter what. So you don't have to worry about being all extra smooth or anything. It still has great quality grip.
Yeah.
That's another thing. But people,
I love it.
They like it better indoors. So I agree with the indoor ball.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got to tell folk that because they be out there playing in the snow and concrete, then get upset. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you also have a women's basketball as well? Is it
Yes, I do have women's basketball as well.
Oh, good question.
That's mine.
So do you have like a marketing plan? How you target people to go to, or do you kind of just, how do you plan on getting the ball out there?
Oh, I do everything myself. I reach out to these schools personally. I'm on the phone probably like every day, or trying to get in contact with somebody to try to say, hey, I got first flag and putting me for professional basketball. Who can I speak to? I speak to the basketball coach, the athletic director, whoever I can get a hold of.
Hey.
I'll be trying to make the connections to make it happen. They say, hey, can I visit your gym? Get down, you get your players tested out, you can get a feel for the basketball yourself, see if you like it, and we can speak we'll work out it from there. So that's my goal. That's what I always do. Try to get the person in my face so that I can say I have a basketball all day, but for them to actually see the basketball, feel the basketball, kind of like how you did, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So that's what I actually want to put the product to the face. So that's what I do. So I always try to who I can connect with. I'm always on trying to connect to the next person, the next person to the next person. So even if I feel like you're affiliated with somebody, I'm gonna say, hey, do you know this guy? Or I'm gonna try to get that connection somehow. So.
Well, I think that's why the summer would be good for you because they're expecting like 1,000 men from all over the country. But it's funny because when I met him, we were down at the Black History Museum. When I first saw him, I was like, why is this dude carrying a basketball around inside the museum? And I really didn't pay much mind. Okay, maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's his, I don't know. He's carrying the ball around. And I remember my wife saying, well, why does he have a basketball? I said, I have no idea. And I really didn't pay much attention to it. So my brother was there. Mike was there. And Mike was talking, and I was the ringer for the state trooper. I used to play basketball. So they all know me through hoops. So that's why I was like, yo, you got to meet this guy. And I'm thinking like, why am I meeting this guy carrying a basketball in a Black History Museum? So it's kind of interesting. And then when I came up, I was like, now it's starting to come together. Yeah.
Do you intend to branch out into other sports or like, I guess, other types of equipment?
Yeah, I do have football as well. I do have. Yeah, I have football. Still working on. Actually, it's actually pretty good, but I still gotta get it officially certified to use. But I do have football.
See, this is what we need you to do. We need to do some kind of. Maybe we can have like an above-average black men basketball game.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And we can invite some folk out and push the ball, man. Because I think, and that's why I asked you about the marketing thing. About do you have a plan? Like I got a couple names I can give you. Like I just text somebody and I'm gonna talk to them tomorrow. I didn't even think about it till I was talking to you. I just text somebody. They do a lot of intramural basketball at their church, and they run a lot of leagues and stuff. So we're gonna do what we can to help you. But I want to get back to the idea behind it. So what made you not quit? What made you say, when it wasn't working? What made you say, man, I gotta stay at this?
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. I have a great support system. Kids, my wife, my brothers. They kept pushing me, kept beating into my head like, hey, don't quit, don't give up. You got this. Because you went too far now. There's no road to quit now. You went on the right path. There's no reason to give up on yourself. You turned your life around. You started to do better for yourself. Why not? Just keep going. Nobody can tell you no but yourself. So they kept pushing me. And like I said, get some good friends as well. So I thank them very much because, like I said, I still to this day, I still kind of feel less confident some days. Like it's really going to really happen. It's really going to take off. It's really, I'm just wasting my time. I still second guess myself to this day.
Yeah. What was one of your most challenging moments? Kind of like starting out here. Yeah.
Most challenging moment was definitely hard to say. Getting the funds to support my business in general. So trying to have the funds to start the business. And
yeah, that could be work.
Definitely trying to get exposure as well. So like I said, I had plenty of people and believe what I wanted to, and pretty much ain't trying to hear nothing I had to say with my basketball or my brand in general. So it's like nobody believed in the company. So I was like struggling. All right, that's cool. And I was like, all right, I should, but maybe I ain't looking crazy out here. Maybe not right. It's not right. I don't know, but I just had to stick to it. So I'm glad to be honest, I'm glad I did because like I wouldn't even be here talking to you guys today if I didn't. So
Now the process in creating the basketball and the football, what's the biggest difference there?
uh, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. The basketball is harder. Basketball is way harder.
Yeah?
Than basketball.
Really?
Hmm.
We didn't thought that. Why?
Trust me, the best.
You got, I could imagine dribbling the basketball and how you really shoot it. You just got to catch and throw.
Right. It's just like so much. I'm gonna say there's so much outliers to creating a basketball, man. It's like you can create a basketball today and it can bounce a certain way, or you create a basketball and can shoot it and it goes a certain way. It's so many like factors that plays into a basketball. Like say you touch a basketball, the grip ain't right, it's slippery, so much like or like it's bouncing too high. You know, it's so many factors. Even when it's fully pumped, even if it's a little bit pumped, it's not bouncing when it's bouncing right. It's just so many. I think that's the challenge to make it like official basketball that's like professional level. Yeah.
So, how did you make that transition from all the failures that you talked about? All the things people said about you to an entrepreneur. Because you just don't wake up one day, excuse me, with all that weight hanging on you. Say, "Oh, I'm going to invent something." So, how did you, walk us through that process? What was that like?
Well, like I said, I always wanted to be a business person. Like I said, I just never knew in what. So I remember one time I wanted a barbershop. I wanted I wanted to do ever since I was little, and I just never actually sat down and actually made a plan. Like actually, what do I want to do in general that's going to change the game? And I was like, you know what? Play basketball. We play basketball. Friends play basketball. I was like thinking like, what can we do that's different? Like, how can we do something that's different? And we can all say, we can all like make shorts, basketball shorts. Not computer, they do it at all. But I'm just saying, I just wanted to step out and do something different. I was like, and it just hit me. Like, it just hit me just playing basketball one day. I was just feeling on basketball. I was like, what if I try to do something like this? What? And it took me like a while to like even try to find manufacturers to research like how do you even
Yeah.
basketball. And I was
like, where do you start?
Like, where do you start? So me doing like researching for like probably about what I'll probably say like 2 years, about 2 years.
Wow.
How to create, find great, because I had to order samples, of course, to see like what type of quality is good, what type of quality need good, how the bounce is. It was just a process. It's just something. Oh, and I just got tired of working for people too. I had plenty of jobs that wasn't a good environment. I'm gonna say that wasn't a good environment, and it was just like can't do this no more. Started doing stuff, being self-employed. I always wanted to be self-employed.
So, what was the process like? Because to me, if I'm Wilson or if I'm manufacturing basketballs, and some Joe Brown calls me up and says, I want to manufacture a basketball. In my mind, I'm thinking because that doesn't happen every day. That doesn't happen every day to out the rest. So what was that? I mean, were people like laughing at you or questioning you, or did they think like, "Yo, is this dude serious?"
Absolutely.
He said, "Absolutely."
Absolutely. I got. He was laughing. People call me weird, strange, all types of stuff. People hung up the phone on me. It's like,
Oh wow.
So I just struck gold one day. Actually struck gold, and actually found great manufacturers that actually listened to what I was trying to do and sat down with me and we spoke on the phone a couple of times, went back and forth, went to the drawing board for hours, days, months, and just broke it down and then we made it happen. So it was tough. It was a tough road, but I was definitely getting clowned for it, man. Laughed at.
Now, I kind of wanted to tap into, your logo, your appeal. Like, I see you got the hoodie on. Do you see yourself, venturing into like sweatpants or like, full on warm ups?
I actually did have a jogger set. Before. With men's women's some shoes. I had this color and a black color, so I'm still trying to expand on that. one thing about the quality again. So and manufacturers again. So I gotta find. I'm working towards that to try to get expanding that. Of course, like I said, I wouldn't mind doing like the whole track suits and all that. So yeah, absolutely.
What's that process been like?
Struggle been tough. Definitely been tough. As I said, it comes down to quality, man. So you spending money trying to perfect quality. So you order it, samples, trying to perfect the craft. Make sure it's the quality that you like. It's like so you want to make sure that when you buy something, it's for yourself, not just for
Yeah.
you want to try it on, make sure it fits right. You run it and then all of it. So to make sure it's perfect for you. And you feel like this is perfect for you, then okay. Then you start branching out to other people. Say, hey, I want you to try this out, or hey, what do you think about this? But you gotta make sure you're confident in your own product first. If you're not confident in your product, then you might as well stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like you definitely show a lot of patience and resilience, man. To hear that you took 2 years to kind of really study and find, like, all right, this is what a basketball. Because I just pick it up and I play with it. You know what I mean? I don't put that much thought into it. So definitely, again, like for you to be able to have that mindset of like, all right, I want to perfect this. It's like, where did you get that from? Like, is it somebody in your family that kind of like inspired you or like kind of gave you some of those kind of skills there?
My motivation was the hustle. That was like one of my biggest inspirations. Yeah, him, actually, and all the big entrepreneurs, that's our people. Like they went through it. They went through the tribulations and not being successful. So unfortunately, they got their big break. No matter what people told them, a lot of people told them they was going to do this, a lot of people told them they was going to do that, and they did it. And especially with Nipsey, especially like he created his own store in his own neighborhood. Unfortunately, he lost his life. Unfortunately, but he was doing big things like outside the box that people wasn't doing, like having masters to his own records and all that. So, thinking like, why can't we all do something like this? And he, like I said, he just like just me watching interviews in general, like it's about like motivation to my it's about motivation to my life. I'm about motivation to my life. So just listening to the interviews, yeah, man, it was just like I could do this. Like they did it, they've been doing it. They've been doing probably worse than I have been doing.
So do you fund this out of pocket? Do you have investors? Are you looking at investors? How does the financial aspect of this work?
Where do you get the funding from?
Oh, man. When got borrowed into my own 401k. That's how I started with it. I say I took a game on myself. See, now I told myself it was now or never. It's like I keep procrastinating, it ain't up in my head. So I was like, all right,
so
take a game. It doesn't work.
So
I don't say as I try.
Now I'm gonna put you on the spot. So what was that conversation like with your wife, man? When you said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this 4K money, and I'm gonna get my own basketball."
I mean, she gave me the crazy look at first. It didn't go well. I'm gonna say that it didn't go well.
I'm married. I know how that is.
She supported it. She definitely supported it. She knew what I was trying to do, and that was my dream. Like to always start a business, and she felt as though I was so confident in it at this point. She told me just to do it. It's like we'll be okay. If anything, we'll be okay. We'll figure it out.
Well, you got to give her kudos because I think one of the number one dream killers, people that I come across that are in relationships, is the relationship. Is their relationship trying to get somebody to see, what you see, even though, or better yet, you just said it. They may not see it, but they see what's in you.
Right.
And that's hard for a lot of people, man. So I applaud both of you, on just being able to do that, and this thing gonna take off, man. We gonna do our part. I guarantee that, man. So how are your kids responding to all this? Like, man, that's pretty cool to go to show and tell. Say, yo, my dad made this.
My son probably my biggest. Actually, my son, they're like my biggest promoters. Listen, my son trying to get the basketball in this school right now. So listen, my dad made the basketball. Listen, we should be playing with this one.
Yeah.
So the pictures to the coaches, so the pictures to the athletic director. What can we do? So he loves it, man. Daughter too. Daughter goes to her school, say, my dad got a business. Check out his business. So they promoted for me, man. So it just be. And I just love that because it kind of that's another thing kind of brings tears to my eyes. It's like they're so passionate about it, kind of more passionate about what I am. It's kind of scary, but but I love it. So that shows that they can do something too, and maybe I can pass this down to them, or it can be like a generational thing. So
That's what I was just thinking,
Yeah.
man. Like
Yeah, man.
something that can definitely be generational that you can just kind of pass and keep it in the family. Because I'm sure Wilson and Spalding is like that. You know, like that's a family name, Wilson. And then they start breaking into all the other sports. So, do you have any other goals or visions for other sports that you potentially would like to get into with kind of making balls or any other apparel?
every sport. So if I gotta make a baseball, I'm gonna make a baseball, golf balls, tennis balls, and do it all.
Golf ball.
Why not
I like
make
the
it a
baseball
whole
idea.
sport of business, man? It's like, why not? I don't see why not. I'm already tackled one lane and still working on the next lane, so why not?
What's some of the best feedback you've gotten?
And business in general, or just the basketball?
Both. It can be both, honestly.
We're both.
I guess, all right, for business, well, I guess I could start. I was nominated for Small Business of the Year by the African American Chamber of Commerce
Yeah.
Congrats.
last year.
Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah, finished runner up there. So I guess that's a big positive.
Who won?
Sure.
Who
That's a
won?
big positive.
I guess.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Celebrate
I'm
yourself.
sorry.
man.
I'm humble. I'm very humble. That's one thing about me. I'm very humble. But honestly, like people just be so amazed, especially when I break down the story of like how my business started.
Yeah.
It's the purpose of Not Right brand. Like I was based on family, my daughter, and everything. They fall in love with it, so and they feel like they're a part of my family now. And people just feel so passionate. They be more passionate about it than I am once they hear the story. So and it's just amazing to hear that. And it's just amazing that people actually wants to buy the basketball. Like I said, I had no faith in none of this, so it's just like I said, I didn't expect to even be here, be in school, be anywhere. So it just that was like the biggest thing
Yeah.
about the business. Now the feedback about my products, from schools, from you guys, from rec centers, from coaches, just it just like I said, it's just so surreal, man. I still can't believe it. So and everybody just loves it, man. Everybody wants to support it. I got people reaching out to me that I don't even know I was speaking to in general, just say, hey, congratulations on what you're doing, man. You're doing something different. I never even thought about playing the basketball. I don't even remember, even at that award ceremony, when they said I was the first black and company to make a basketball to out of record. I never heard somebody do something like that. So just hearing that reaction was kind of crazy. So just like, to me, it's just a blessing, man. I'm just blessed and honored to be here.
Because it's so dope, man. Because
Yeah.
we generate a lot of money from basketball. You know, from the jersey sale to the sneakers that food, the NBA tickets, the college games.
What's
Like
that,
we
Y2K?
generate so much money from that. So that's why it's like tremendous to hear, you know, that again, like there's another way that we can tap into it and keep it within our community, not the ones that we're just producing and they making money off of us.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a way for us to kind of get a piece of that pie. And I think another thing that you said that kind of stuck with me is like how people feel a part of your family. Like, you know what I mean? It's really, I think that's something that you could probably tap into and think about, man, like Not Right and just being part of the family. Like, it really does give you that vibe because I think a lot of us probably feel like that sometimes, you know, that we on the outside looking in and that we not necessarily right to be in a certain spot. So definitely tap into that family aspect, man.
I'm not going to say a lot of myself and tell you I was first. I'm far from that. I was far from that.
So you can tell me the truth, man. We first met. Did you think I really was going to get you on the show, man?
Absolutely not. Hell no. I'm be honest. It's crazy because when I walked into that family, that means that people was looking at me crazy. Like you said, why this guy got this basketball on his hand? Like I got a whole suit on with a basketball on my hand.
I just figured you really love the game.
I was getting all the looks, so people started. Actually, nobody even come to me. I was just standing there. So the lady, I think she was bending, and she decided to come over and ask, like, why you had the basketball on her hand. And I explained to her everything about my company. She fell in love with it. She was like, oh my God. And I think she was like a teacher at, I forgot what charter school it was, but
yeah,
she was just so amazed about it. So
I mean, it's a great conversation starter, honestly.
Yeah, man.
Having that
If I
around.
if I could get in the ball, I'll stand there in a suit and drill the basketball around or something like that.
Well, I know we met, especially when I was telling you about I was going to buy some balls. I just saw how you looked at me. So you must hear that a lot, don't you?
I need one.
Absolutely, definitely get you one, man. Definitely.
But you must hear that a lot, don't you? People say they're going to do stuff and they don't do it.
Oh man, I ain't gonna talk about that. I ain't gonna put nobody back.
I didn't say name them, but I could tell how you were looking at me when I said, "Yo, I'm gonna buy some balls," because I was doing a toy drive, and I know you thought I was gonna say, "Give me some balls." I saw a look on your face that you thought I was gonna say, "Give me some balls," and then I told you about the podcast.
No. I get that a lot. I do get that a lot. People, unfortunately, a lot of people respect stuff for free. Unfortunately, but you're not gonna go to the Nike store and say, "Hey, let me get that basketball, let me get that sneaker." You ain't getting them Jordans. They're gonna look at you crazy and say, "Get the hell out of my store." So, you're not going, even for my big designer people, you're not going to Gucci, whatever, Louis. You're not going to Massey for the boot count. You're not going for none of that. They're gonna look at you crazy. So, when it comes to, listen, we can take minority out of it, just friends in general. Why do you feel as though you got to have something for free, or why you feel as though you need a discount? If you really support and believe in that person, you would give them your whole 100% profit. Because up with them trying to get to where they need to be, and later down the line, yeah, they can get that budget discount because they contribute to their success. You support them, but the first thing shouldn't be actually, hey, let me get a free basketball, let me get a free products in general, whatever you have, product or service. You should be like, hey, let me support you. Let me support you.
That's
discount. I just want to support you.
How much does a ball typically run for?
That's what I was about to ask.
$40.
$40 is like, again, for the quality of this basketball, like that is amazing, man. Like I would say, again, if we thinking Wilson, Rollins, Spalding, they're charging probably like 70, 80 bucks for a basketball of that quality. So like again, I'm hyped. Like I just want to continue to help promote this in any type of way that I can. Like I said, I'm trying to get back in the gym and start taking it around myself, man.
Definitely appreciate you for that. Definitely, man. Like I say, just even hearing that, it's still, man, it's still a humbling experience, bro. It's just like, I didn't expect none of this, man.
My playing days is over, but I can walk around the suit and carry it under my arm, man.
They would think you Uncle Drew or something.
I even say if you just have like say you have a table just display like that, I still appreciate it.
No, we got you. I just text somebody from Enoch, and they have their own basketball league and stuff, and they're going to be hosting a tournament. So I'm working to get your ball in the tournament, and I told you I text Chris Broussard, so hopefully he'll get back to me about get you some exposure, man. I know at the conference, Brian Dalton is supposed to be there, Brian Westbrook is supposed to be there, James Brown from CBS. So there's going to be some folk there, man. Who Jason Avant, who maybe maybe to push your ball, man. Who knows? Man?
Maybe we need to get a football. We can toss that around in there.
Yeah, especially because a lot. It's funny because the NFL got this big flag football push now. They just started girls flag football.
Right.
I know.
Yeah. But anyway, we are wrapping it up, so we go around. So I tell you what, I'll give you the last 4 minutes, Terry, man. What do you want to say, man, to the people listening?
I just want to say thank y'all for this opportunity, for having me. Definitely, all the kids out there, man, don't let them tell you nothing that you can't do. So if you have a blueprint, stick to it and find there's a blueprint out there for everybody. Just stick to your blueprint. I don't care if it was your friends, your family, whoever, your neighbors. If you feel as though it's crazy, feel as though it might not look right in their eyes, trust me, it's right. That's the purpose of my brain. So stick to your plan. I don't care. Like it doesn't turn out the way it looks like. Go back to the drawing board and keep working on it, man. Just because you failed doesn't mean it's not going to be successful later down the line. Mm-hmm. So just keep pushing, man. So kids today, just keep pushing. I don't care what you got going on, what you're going through. Plan, you feel as though you want to do something to make a difference, and make it happen. Just no excuse, because I'm a perfect example. I was one of them. Just had excuses, just wanted to quit and give up. And I didn't want to do it. And look where I am today. So kids, please believe in yourself. No matter what, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, I believe in you today. I'm one of your people that's a big super. So I believe in you. So you feel like you can do it. I know you can do it. So just stick to it. Trust me.
You want the
definitely. If you want any of my products, you can It's on my website, notrightbrand.com. I do have an exclusive sneaker travel backpack I created as well. Those are the 2 pairs of sneaks, 3 days worth of the clothes. It comes with a USB cord. You can charge your phone while you're on the go, as long as you got a portable charger. Also, toilet items. It got a laptop slot in the back. Also got some pull-out hat sling in the front that's waterproof. And the best thing about it is carry-on free. And it comes in various colors. And actually got a high school using that as well. And that's like one of my best sellers as well. Everybody loves that backpack, especially my sneakerheads and athletes. So, and also you check out on Instagram, Not Right Brand. If you want to email me, notrightbrand@gmail.com. And man, like I said to everybody else, man, listen, thank you for all my supporters, people that purchase their products. We should run around playing the basketball right now. All the schools, everyone, I appreciate you. Friends, family, even supporters, strangers, I appreciate you guys all.
And just for people who are listening and might not necessarily be watching, can you spell right just to make sure we're not spelling it incorrectly?
Yeah, definitely got that.
So it's right with a W. So right with a W. WRIGHT is my last name. So not right. NOTWRIGHTBRAND. Not right brand. NotRightBrand.com. Not right brand on Instagram. NotRightBrand.com.
So I just didn't want them looking and be like, I can't find it. It don't exist. Especially the bag. Like that bag is a must.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bag. Put me down for a bag, bro.
Now I get that bag. Yeah, I got multiple colors. Actually, it's got some new colors in our display those too. So yeah, I'm just trying to. Those actually, you see those everywhere. So pretty much like department stores like Macy's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Foot Lockers, every sneaker store you can think of, even Bloomingdale. I see it everywhere with that bag. So yeah, I can see that in colleges and high schools too, even at the professional level as well. So we can try to make that happen.
I'm in. Put me down for a bag, man.
I see the vision.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you, bro. We definitely appreciate you being on the show. Like, you certainly embody everything that we kind of wanted to represent and highlight here, man, which is just like people that look like us, that is out here creating their own lane, creating their own way, and kind of not pretty much doing what people expect of us, you know? So definitely, again, I appreciate you, man, and we definitely are going to continue to support you. And I'm just going to close Above Average Black Man, where we empower, inspire, uplift the community. Devin, I know you got your tag.
Like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, and also support Not Right Brand. Awesome ideas.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night. And we'll get with you, Terry, man. Thanks. You get with you for everything.
Okay.
I do. I really do, man.
I gotta get these socks too, man. Still need this socks too, man.
Oh, man, you got socks too?
No, I'm just gonna have socks.
You really about to have me out here in basketball.
That's all I'm working on. I'm looking for something. So.
All right. Well, listen, like, yeah, we can connect. I definitely don't mind doing it. Like I said, I'll pay. I'm not trying to grab nothing. I want to support, man.
Wait, real quick. What's the Instagram? Is it Not Right?
Yeah, Not Right Brand.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Thank you, man. And I'll be following up and reaching out to you, man. Have a good night.
You too, man. Have a good night.
Yo, I'll be in touch because I definitely want to get a bag. He got back to me, so I'm gonna talk to the guy from me tomorrow. We're not on air, but the stream is over, so we can talk. So I'm definitely gonna reach out to him tomorrow, and I'm gonna see about getting you. If you want to get a table, I'll see about getting you a table.
Yeah, give me a table too.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, if I can help in any, I'll be there, I'll stand there, I'll do whatever, like doing that. I just really believe in this and want to see it blow up and grow, man.
You just do it. I'm all for it. Yeah, trust me, man. I'm all for it.
You out here grinding by yourself. Like, I got connects with Shotgun Sports. I might be able to get back out there and try to do that.
I'm even thinking about LA fitnesses everywhere, man. I'm trying to get basketball.
And that's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, yo, like, just pull up and playing in a couple places, having that basketball, like, just shooting around.
Yep.
Do like maybe host a 3-on-3 tournament, or like host a shootout. You know.
I did host a 3-on-3 tournament for Black Business.